Okay, guys, this is lesson 5.4. Solving systems using elimination. Now, we've used elimination in both Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, so this will be a refresher. So let's say I have these two equations and I want to find out where they intersect or their solution. First, I'm going to decide which variable to eliminate. A good way to do this is to look for common multiples. So if I'm looking at these two equations, my x's are common multiples, right? I can multiply 2 to get to 4. And then my y's are common multiples as well. I can multiply 1y by 2 to get to 2y. So really, I just have to choose which one is going to be the easiest. I like to look for a variable that has a coefficient of 1. So since y has a coefficient of 1, I'm going to solve for y. So in this case, we're going to solve for y. You could solve for x if you wanted to. You'd get the same answer when it was all said and done. Step 2, you're going to multiply one or both, if necessary, equations by a number that will result in cancellation of variables. So I'm looking for opposite variables, which would be the same number but one negative and one positive. So to do this, I'm going to have to multiply my first equation here by 2. So I'll have negative 4x plus y equals negative 20. And I'm going to multiply that by 2. That would give me negative 8x plus 2y equals negative 40, which gives me opposite coefficients. This leads me to step 3. Step 3, I'm going to combine the equations by adding like terms. So we're going to write our equation that I just multiplied. And then we're going to write our second equation underneath. And then we're going to add them together. So negative 8 plus a negative 2 would be negative 10x. 2y minus 2y, those cancel out, equals negative 40 plus 10 would be negative 30. Step 4, I'm going to solve for the variable. So to solve for this variable, I would divide by negative 10. And I get x equals 3. Now I'm going to plug in the variable that I solved for into either equation to get the missing variable. So I'm going to plug it in to either my first equation or my second. It doesn't matter. In this case, I'm going to plug it into my first equation since my coefficient of y is 1. So if I do that, I would have negative 4 times 3 plus y equals negative 20. Now we're going to solve for y. Negative 4 times 3 would be negative 12 plus y equals negative 20. Adding 12, y equals negative 8. So my solution is 3, negative 8. Remember, we always write our solution as a point, an x and then a y. And that's how we solve by elimination.